Hello, Amy Elizabeth, somato and emotional healer here. It has been a hot minute, like almost a month. And that month has included the eclipse peduncle, which for me in particular has been really focused in on my home and my work. If you want to know more about where things are happening in your chart, definitely reach out to set up a reading. I've been waiting for the right time to kind of come back and dive back in to this portion of my work and sharing with my community here. And today was the day because today our friend Venus moved into Sagittarius. Now, she moved into Scorpio on October 23rd. And when she moved into Scorpio on October 23rd, she was Kazimi the sun. She had just had her Libran star point. She went star point and Kazimi with the sun in Libra. They then conjuncted Haumea, and then they moved in and began Scorpio season. So when I work with these archetypes and I feel these energies, they feel like people to me. It's one of the reasons they're so much fun. And Venus right now has just been deep, deep, deep on a work project. She has been in Scorpio. She has been unraveling things, asking the big questions, reaching into the deep mysteries. And now she has shown up into Sagittarius, and her energy is going to change. So she's gone from Pluto's house. Nico, we can hear everything you're saying, my sweet. So she's moved into from Pluto's house into Jupiter's house. And the energy between these two that she is now, hey, I'm staying at your house, is very, very different. When she moves into Jupiter's house, the Sagittarius season, Scorpio is this time of release and death and letting go. And for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, I live in Minnesota, we really, really get to see it. Um, because by the time we get through Scorpio season here, our trees are all naked and bare, and our vistas have changed. We can see further, which brings us into Sagittarius season. And Sagittarius as a sign is about long distance travel. It is about optimism and far seeing. It's also about our personal truths and how far we can see and how much we can take in, how far we're willing to travel affects our personal truths and our philosophy. So, Venus, right now, the goddess of love and relationships, money, she's in charge of beauty. She is also really tapped into our self esteem, has just moved into Jupiter's house in Sagittarius. And this puts her in the home of the philosopher. It puts her in a place that feels full of grace and optimism and joy. And in fact, that is one of the reasons that Thanksgiving, the American holiday of Thanksgiving, was placed when it was placed. Our founding fathers were primarily Masons, which means they were astrologers. And it was decided to place this day of gratitude in on the fourth Thursday of November, because the fourth Thursday of November is always Sagittarius season. Well, the actual sun ingress itself changes a little bit. The fourth Thursday of November is always the first Thursday of Sagittarius season. So Sagittarius season is ruled by Jupiter, optimism, joy, abundance, gratitude. And Thursday is Thor's day, or Jupiter's day, or Zeus's day. They're all different pantheons, same dude, king of the gods. And, lightning bolts, whole deal. And so you've got Sagittarius season bringing in Jupiter on a Thursday, Thor's day, bringing in Jupiter. And this combines to really bring in the energy of gratitude and abundance and optimism and, hey, we're going to make it. Venus, when she enters Sagittarius from Scorpio, she's just been deep diving, like I said. She's been unraveling the mysteries. She's been doing what can feel like sticky work because she's also right now in the underworld. Venus is the same goddess as Inanna of Sumerian legend. And when Venus disappears from the morning sky to move what we call into the underworld and have her meat hook phase where we no longer see her because she's so close to the sun. And she just recently was Kazemi. So the sun is going to be following her into Sagittarius territory very soon. She she shifts modes. It's almost like she shows up at Jupiter's house and she takes a big sigh. And it feels like the first thing she's going to do is likely take a bath. Now, with Jupiter, everything is big. Jupiter makes everything big. So, Jupiter likely has a huge guest suite with a great big, huge soaking tub. And Venus is going to light a bunch of candles and get her favoriteest beverage, whether it is tea or a glass of wine or a beer, whatever Venus is feeling, because Venus is also about pleasure. And she's going to take some time to soak. While she's soaking, she is going to feel into what she wants to do. And what she wants to do is to be home and to be cozy. And she wants to think and consider and feel the things that she found while she was in Scorpio territory. So she is going to use this opportunity of a different energy being Jupiter's house rather than Pluto's house to put on her comfy clothes. She's maybe going to hang out in her pajamas or yoga pants or something that feels really comfortable and nourishing to her. She is going to maybe watch the snowfall with a loved one. She's going to read books. She's maybe going to sit with her tea and just take things in. And she's going to start to decorate for the season of lights, which will bring us to Capricorn season. But she's going to decorate for the season of light during her time in Sagittarius because Sagittarius is a fire sign. She recognizes that we're in the northern hemisphere moving deeper and deeper into the dark. We have another about 5-6 weeks of more and more increasing dark. And so she is going to use the fire of Sagittarius season to really recognize and emphasize and lean into that this is the season of light. This is the season where we are all holding and bringing forth our own light. And a part of that is, what is our personal truth? What do we believe about our own value and what we're adding to the world? Now, we've what is going to feel like a short visit for Venus, and it's really pretty typical amount of time for her. She is going to be entering Capricorn on December 9th. So she moved into Scorpio on October 23rd. She moved into Sagittarius today, November 16th, and she is moving out of Sagittarius and into Capricorn on December 9th. So we have this period where she's really asking us to figure out how to nourish ourselves during this season of the dark by bringing in the light, bringing in the fire and the grace, the joy and the optimism and the abundance of Sagittarius season to really be in our bodies while we are doing this. Because, of course, Venus is really about being in our bodies. And philosophy, yes, can definitely come from our heads, but we have three centers of knowing. We have our head knowing, we have our heart knowing, and we have our womb or hara or dantian knowing. Everybody, regardless of the body that you live in, has a womb space. It is that deep, deep gut space. You could also call it your sacral knowing for those of you who are into human design. So, figure out what is going to nourish you Venus, we're going to nourish you. What is going to bring beauty to your life? What is going to allow you the spaciousness to really lean into and appreciate and find not empty gratitude or survival gratitude, but like true, deep, oh, this feels good in my body. Because when we find gratitude that's not transactional, it deepens intimacy. And whether that's gratitude for another human being or a gratitude for your pet for cuddling with you, the non-Homo sapien people in the world, our plants, our animals, our earth. Just really leaning into what this season of gratitude and this season of light can be as we move towards Capricorn. Um, she'll move into Capricorn season long before it is Capricorn season. So we have plenty of time of Sagittarius season, but she is here to spend 3 weeks with us, really beautifying and bringing in the light. So leave your questions, your comments, your dedications, or your requests below. I love interacting with you. If you want to know what part of your personal natal chart Venus is working with right now, asking you to bring more light to and bring more attention to shine that light, to have more gratitude, to find more joy towards, reach out and set up an astrology reading. She's working my fifth house right now, the house of fun and play, because that's where my Sagittarius lives. My philosopher lives in my house of fun and play and sex and children and personal expression. So if you want to know more, reach out, and it's good to be back.